guys, so continuing with this AR build, we are going to mount a light on here. And the light of choice is the 4sevens Maelstrom MMX, also known as the X7. Fantastic light. Little pricey, around $100, but definitely worth it. And compared to a lot of other weapon lights out there, it's actually really not that bad. So, should be very durable. I haven't gotten a lot of testing done on this light, but I gotta mount it to the weapon before I can test it, so let's get that done. What I'm going to be using to mount it to this handguard, I'm just sticking with the standard handguards. Now this is a mid-length gas system, so these are a little bit longer than a carbine, but I am just sticking with these standard handguards. I'm going to take this Magpul MOE polymer rail section. This is the 7 slot. I kind of wanted, or would have preferred to get the 5 slot, but where I was buying it from, those were out of stock, so I told them to just throw in a 7 slot instead. So we're going to mount that on top, and then we're going to use this KZ branded from Botash Tactical. KZ branded offset mount for the light. So we'll get that done. I will annotate the weights in for all of this stuff in case you're curious. And, well, let's get going. You will notice that on this rail section, these screws come already with blue Loctite on them, so that's nice. Gotta take that handguard off there, not always the easiest thing to do. Alright, got that top handguard off. A tool probably would make that easier, but you don't necessarily have to have one. Set that off to the side. And gonna pull our heat shield out of here. There we go. Multi-tool comes in handy yet again. It is just a single heat shield in this handguard. And so as you'll see, that right here is where I want to mount this rail. Alright guys, I didn't have the right screwdriver, so I had to go get that, but we're back now. So we're going to just put this rail on top there, feed these screws in, and get that metal piece in there. Now, like I was mentioning before, these Magpul screws actually do come with blue Loctite on them, which is nice. You might have to put a little on some of the other pieces. I'm not going to show that in the video, but just keep that in mind if you're actually doing this, or if you're doing this for yourself. Okay, so tighten that down. And then, actually don't tighten it down. Okay, so you got to line up this next screw so that it'll fit through these holes. Alright. Get that going. Okay. Now tighten it down. Okay, so you see what I got there? I'm thinking this will probably clear on the front. That's probably will be fine. And got those in there, screwed on. Feels pretty solid. So let's put the heat shield back in and then put this handguard back on the gun. Alright, so got that front handguard back on there. Looks pretty good. That rail did clear, and I really like to keep the light as forward as possible. Creates less shadow on the barrel, and just a better look. Also gets it kind of out of the way if you don't want to get to it. And it's just better to keep it forward, in my opinion. So let's mount the light in here. Now you could, wrap your light with a little bit of tape or something if you didn't want to possibly scratch it up with this mount. I'm not too worried about it. I don't think it's really going to be that big of an issue. I'll just be careful. And so mount slides right over. We'll mount it like that. It's really not that hard to do. Just thought I'd make a video showing you guys in case anyone had any questions on it. And I'm thinking I'm going to want it on that side. Maybe I'll be wrong. No, so right-handed shooting, I can come off the side. So I like that. The alternative would be to put it on the other side and try to reach over, but I don't think that's good. So I like it right here. I can get to it pretty easily. So I like that. That's nice. Keeps it very well forward, and I think that's a pretty good mount. So I'll be testing it out, making sure it's stable. The light's good, the mount's good, and everything. But I suspect that there won't be any issues with it at all. So thanks everyone for watching. Everyone have a nice day, and if you have any questions about this at all, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to help you guys out. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. I appreciate it. See you guys. Have a nice day.